Hi, today we're going to be making the final video in the Div 1 series that I've been making for the Olds Classic that North 49 is putting on at the end of this month. It's time for me to start practicing my own shoes and stop procrastinating. Today we're going to be making the plain stamped front bar shoe, and I hope somebody can get something out of this. Thank you.
So for this shoe, I didn't put a center mark. That way, when I make my hockey sticks, if I make one bigger than the other, I don't have a center mark to end up wrapped anyways. Seat up the toe. Then we'll use the anvil to make sure that my toe bend is centered. Not quite. That looks pretty good. So we'll turn up our hockey stick. He's got a pretty good bar, so I'll turn up a decent amount of steel for the hockey stick. Come back to the horn, and we'll work back to that corner. Just bend this branch around. Once you've bent that branch around, it should look like half of the shoe. Then we'll make our next hockey stick, bring it around, and we'll be ready to weld. Okay, so we'll make sure and turn up the same amount for this one as we did for the other one. Bouncing around, so we'll get a different grip. That one bent over on me. We'll bring it back. We'll knock this branch down, and we'll turn this branch.
And then if you have the time in the class, it's not a bad idea to take one more heat and make sure everything comes together nicely. It's a lot easier to shape now and make sure everything is going to be even than once you have it welded. Get everything closed up. Give it a good brush. And flux it. So my first welding heat, I like to give it a couple smacks on either side to make sure I'm stuck, and then get my seams blended. When it's starting to cool off, before I do any more, we'll make this a quick heat. We'll get it refluxed and get it right back in. And then I'll probably take 3 heats to make sure that I got a nice weld. So now I'll work down my thickness a bit. Come onto the horn. And work all my edges. From both sides. I will take one more heat and finish out the weld. Now we'll just finish off the weld, make sure I don't have any seams. Then I'll pick whichever side I think the weld looks the best on, which would be this side. I'll line everything up with the anvil. I'll make sure that my shape is consistent. And then I can take a T-square. The bar is square with the anvil. And I use the T-square on the back edge of the section, square with the anvil. And I can scribe a line across. Make sure that looks good. And then I'll go to this widest part in the center of the shoe. And I'll scribe another line. And we can mark our nail holes. Make sure I'm happy with everything. And then we only need one more heat to punch the nail holes, and the shoe is essentially done. We'll punch all our nail holes. I'm spinning the shoe just so I'm always working on the coldest nail hole. It's not strictly necessary. We'll work my frog eyes. And we'll knock my corners off. We'll check my size. Width is good. My bar is just an 1/8 wide, so I know for the next shoe I made to go ahead and hockey stick a little bit more, because everything else comes to size. Make sure I have my nails fit. Now it says appropriate nail, and this E4 drops in too far, so I would hand it in with an E5. Make sure we're flat. And then I won't show it in this video, but you can go to the rasp and you can finish cleaning it up from there. There you go.